What can you share about giving trends for fundraising this year in 2025, particularly for perhaps a non-charitable organization? So
I spoke about monthly giving and how that continues to grow. And that, of course, is applicable for both charities or nonprofits. So I think organizations should really lean into that more and more. One of the really continuously growing ways that we're really seeing popularize over the years. And there's also a lot of other creative ways of giving online. I saw one organization developing, from what I could see, because they posted a job description, a strategy around gamification of fundraising. And it was someone specifically focused on streaming and fundraising. So, gamers who stream and they want to raise funds for an organization along the way. I'm personally not really in that world, so I can't really speak to it too much, but I know that's another way that is growing quite a bit too.
when it comes to motivating people to donate to get it on their return now, is there any like immediate things you can emphasize to get people or encourage people to take advantage of that?
I think it goes back to the urgency of the deadline. And it may sound so simple that I'm making that suggestion, but I think if you really think about the ways in which you act, it's often by a deadline. I'm going to assume, I'm going to go off on a limb and say that if I give you a deadline and I say, Daniel, it's next week instead of
Mhm.
6 months from now, you're probably going to act quicker. And I think a deadline puts fire under people. So, I'm not making any sort of wild suggestions here. You do have this February 28th tax deadline if you are a registered charity that you can really leverage. But I would really emphasize it. And that's why I was saying in your emails to call it out in your subject lines, call it out consistently throughout your message, drive that urgency. So, for example, send out an email to say, hey, you have 5 days left to make a donation that is eligible that you can apply to your 2024 taxes. Include some information about it. Then maybe on the Wednesday, you may want to send that email again to anybody who didn't open your email on Monday. Change the subject line. You don't have to change the body of the email, but see if that changing of subject line could adjust the open rate, for example.
Yeah.
You then may want on Thursday to say, hey, you have less than 24 hours left. And then again, you get the picture. On Friday, you may want to say you have hours left, right? So just driving that urgency.